Welcome to Dig In with HannaH's Field. We pick you up where other food shows let you down. To me, like, it's the best part of the whole food is the actual eating and the conversation. So, our food shows are all about not so much the preparation, it's already been done. But now we're going to party on and eat it. This week's guest is our good friend, Loud and Conscious, who I'm super, super psyched. Just a real unique individual, I'll tell you that for sure. Amazing hip-hop artist, producer. We've had a number of occasions, getting on tracks with him and chilling and freestyling. He's just a madman. So I'm going to put the finishing touches on my dinner here. Who I want to actually big shout out to Copper Hill Farms for supplying the ingredients for tonight's dinner. I call it the end of fall, beginning of summer dinner, right? So I got these amazing purple potatoes, Copper Hill grew, some corn, garlic, salt and pepper, onions, some peppers. And then that's like the fall aspect, cold, you want to get that engine going. And then I got this gorgeous salad, all these amazing greens and carrots, coconut, walnuts, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's like the mashup. Heavy root vegetables, bunker down, light, salad, jump up and down. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this together. I'm gonna do these plates. Like I said, I can't wait to see LC on this beautiful screen with you guys. This is a kind of an open conversation. This is live, right? So, what are you guys having for dinner? Usually, I'm trying to tell everyone, come on, save your dinner time and eat with us. But
well, I know what I'm having for dinner. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dig In with HannaH's Fields. We're so happy to have Loud and Conscious on tonight. He was the brainchild of Hugs.
Oh my God!
And we'll get into the conversation of how that song was written. But yeah, he called us up. Yo, I got this song. I got this idea. This is your brain on Hugs.
I got a track. What are you gonna do?
Got a track. So we all wrote it together, but I'm going to just read a little bit about him before we bring him on, as Chef Bliss is mixing that beautiful, beautiful salad. Loud and Conscious People is the brainchild collective of positive rapper and producer Loud and Conscious and his highly talented friends. Combining beats of hip-hop with a message of conscious vibrations. If Woodstock 69 were an artistic offspring of De La Soul, Spearhead, Bob Marley, Sublime to create their signature genre, jam hop, this is what would emerge. I think that's pretty right on, right?
Yeah, man. I was laughing because it was definitely right on. It's totally like, when you hear LC and he really knows a lot of great people, LC around. Actually, when we first met him, dude was on a nonstop freestyle, all the time. He's like, yo, LC, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just gonna bust around. I'm chilling with you all the time. Like, yo, how was that show? Yo, man, the show was great. For goodness sake, I gotta get myself. I'm gonna eat some cake. He's like, what the heck? It was very inspiring. Very inspiring.
It's true. It's totally true. But yeah, I think that's definitely a good explanation, some jam hop, man, for sure. We were spinning his SoundCloud station and just getting ready and cooking, and while he was cooking, Chef Bliss was cooking.
I was cooking.
Oh, yeah. So those with ears of this divine energy will have their souls reflected, riding waves of rhythm embraced by highly energized music. Surround yourself in this design of sonic medicine that flows infinitely to the core of what it means to love. Right? Isn't that beautiful?
It's like a soul manifesto.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I like how you're putting those purple potatoes in the middle.
That's
very, very
make
nice.
a little nest or something.
I'll show you guys a little bit close up when we get to the table, but that's the story. Copper Hill Farms provided us with these awesome purple potatoes.
And beautiful greens, the lettuce, and all the amazing herbs and spices I got to use in this.
Did you put the tarragon in there?
I did tarragon.
What does tarragon taste like? I'm curious.
It's almost kind of like licorice-y, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Not really like licorice, but it's got that kind of like, it's got like a sweet flavor to it. It's really good.
Okay.
That and rosemary.
Yep. Did you put the sage in there too?
Sage.
Just sage, he says you have to be careful because it's very powerful.
Yeah, man, a little goes a long way. Everybody knows that.
Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Sweet. Well, it looks really good, Chef Bliss.
Playing with my food. That's how we do it over here. So, hey, are you gonna spin Elsie's track for everyone to hear Brain on Hugs before we eat our meal? Just drop them a little science on you guys so you can hear like how Elsie attacked this whole thing. Blew my brain open when I heard what he did. I was like, oh, I gotta rewrite my rhyme. Nah, man, but yeah, really like blew back.
This is your brain on Hugs. Notice we not seen as a gun, so y'all can give it a squeeze. It's a different kind of squeeze. I'll step back out when you see what do you feel. This is hug pressure, and it's all too real. And it's not in your heart rate, so how does that feel? Releasing serotonin, dopamine, it's just so real. Do the hold it dead, keep the heart rate proper. I work hard tonight, psychological transfer. We can't heal people, even though everyone not a doctor. That's enough, yeah, it's time to shock ya. Cause they giving hugs with sex on the rug wall. Hitting pressure with pressure. Yeah, 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 yeah. With pressure. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yalla energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Make your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on her. Yalla energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Make your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on.
As a gun, so y'all can give it a squeeze. It's a different kind of squeeze. I'll step back out when you see what do you feel. This is hug pressure, and it's all too real. And it's not in your heart rate, so how does that feel? Releasing serotonin, dopamine, it's just so real. Do the hold it dead, keep the heart rate proper. I work hard tonight, psychological transfer. As a gun, so y'all can give it a squeeze. It's a different kind of squeeze. I'll step back out when you see what do you feel. This is hug pressure, and it's all too real. And it's not in your heart rate, so how does that feel? Releasing serotonin, dopamine, it's just so real. Do the hold it dead, keep the heart rate proper. I work hard tonight, psychological transfer. We can't heal people, even though everyone not a doctor. That's enough, yeah, it's time to shock ya. Cause they giving hugs with sex on the rug wall. Hitting pressure with pressure. Yeah, 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 yeah. With pressure. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yalla energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Make your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on her. Yalla energy, put your arms around me. One love family, giving hugs to set you free. Make your heart vibration with love. This is your brain on.
There's some like onion grass. At first I thought,
am I supposed to eat these?
Yeah, at first I thought like Copperhill was like, oh, snipping his herbs and I got some grass in there. I was like, oh man. And then I ate one and I was like, it tastes just like an onion.
Yeah, does it?
I'm like, that boy knows what he's doing.
He knows what's up. Oh, I'm saying. So who all is up in here? Thank y'all for commenting.
Hey.
Hannah is a computer tech, right, Paul? I'm serious, for real. I agree.
Who got the crystal grid? That's what I want to know.
Who got their crystal grid?
Who got the HannaH's Field Crystal Vision box set. Yeah, man. Hand screen printed at Robert Barron's Inc.
That's right.
Cool things written on the box. You have to buy it to find out what it says. But look at that.
There's a message on the back
Mm-hmm.
explaining the whole thing. So
I'm saying.
that's if you purchase the physical CD and the crystal grid, that's how it comes. It comes with a
This is the actual grid. Wood burn.
Yep. Eventually, we're actually going to bring on the grid maker. So
Oh, that'll be cool.
yeah. So we designed them, and we worked with this woman who that's what she does for a living. Can you imagine? That's what I do. I make crystal grids all day.
Hers
long.
are cool too. She got some great ones. 14 gemstones to work with on the grid. Yo, people, who hasn't gotten this yet?
I've actually been working. I came home the other night. Oh, so I got to see. Oh, big ups to Keith and Taya. Yep, and that's a CD. We had David Dipp on a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah, man,
the
watch
artist
that
who did the
episode.
cover, and then Brian Carucci did the photo inside.
What about your boy G Love?
Oh wait, I should probably tell you where you can get it, huh? We
put
shouldn't
that up.
just say. Hey,
No, man, right, you
don't
can't just
wish
talk.
you could have this?
Right, make you drool over it. I'm offering it to you.
There y'all go.
Yo, friends.
That's the place to get your
the
crystal grid.
Look, here, it's in my hand. Get the grid.
and
Take it.
it comes with a meditation, a guided meditation, and really it's coming at a perfect time, as at least we are on the East Coast and we're getting into the colder months. Although it was beautiful today, and as we all kind of go inward and have to stay inside a little bit more because of what's going on in the world. What a better time to go inward and do the work that maybe you always wanted to do that inner work. And this is here. This tool came to us as a way to guide you into that inner work, to find that peace inside, because it may not look like it's out there, right? Things are crazy. It may not look like it's out there, but it's in here, so that's the vibe. And so
Get rid of that little bar.
I'm saying,
Buy your crystal grid, but we're going to take this away. Now it's gone. You lost your chance. What happened?
I feel like we just have to hype it up a little.
This is your brain on hot places. Yeah. We getting our global on here. What are we gonna do here? Pen? Need a pen for what? Sorry, Michelle. Are you gonna write something?
I was gonna take some notes, write down the recipes.
Oh, recipes.
Notes.
You want some recipes?
What are you eating over there? What's for dinner? Hi.
Oh, yeah. Come here, Liz.
So first we got our little hors d'oeuvres right now. We got some salsa and chips that we've been munching on.
Hey.
More than munching.
Yeah, more than munching,
Yeah.
So that's kind of like setting everything up right.
You just so good,
Gotta get
But,
the-
like I always tell everybody, the only thing I like more than music is food, and
Yeah.
I like it both.
Yeah.
Never get enough food.
For real.
They go so
Yeah.
good together. Do you guys want to introduce everybody that's there, or everybody that
Yeah,
wants
why not? This is Shallow. Hey, everyone. Fundamental, aka Zen and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
The kids left, but they were around. Now I got Jedi and my Leela. And thanks for having us on. Thanks for having us on. We talked about it, and now it's happening. That's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's up.
So psyched.
We're so
psyched.
happy you
Yeah,
could
man.
join us. We're so happy that you could join us. I'm saying absolutely.
Awesome.
And now you're doing lots of fatherly duties these days. How many kids do you have over there?
But it's kind of like spades. 3 and possible. Nah, I'm just joking. I got 3. I'm just playing. I'm always making jokes. But now I got 3 beautiful kids. I feel blessed. Oh, here come the greens.
Damn.
Nice.
All right.
Got our salad.
Yup. We're gonna do this right. That's right. Compliments of this. Compliments of this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
Honey nut squash.
Honey nut squash.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, Liz, tell us how you made that. What'd you do? It looks gorgeous.
Hold on. Why are you assuming that she made it? I didn't make it.
Because you said it. You said it. You said
because I'm a guy.
Cooks here.
You know, you take the garbage out the first night. You always taking the garbage out. So, or take out garbage.
I baked with olive oil.
Good fat.
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. Man, last time we were, oh wait, I can't hear Liz.
This is honey nut squash. It's like a small version of butternut squash.
Wow.
Want to see her pumpkin?
Shout out.
Your pumpkin.
Ooh,
Whoa.
nice. Did you pick that out yourself?
All right.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool.
Cool.
Gotta get in focus.
Oh, God, I'm saying. So, Elsie, I just gotta say that flow that you dropped on Hugs, when we first got it, you came with so much energy. I mean, as you always do on all your tracks, but we were like, whoa,
Yeah,
wow. Still, like, I did the first, like, 50 times we listened to it, like, he would literally, like, hop up. Like, we'd be like, and things and everything. And he'd be like, just doing, like, crazy, like, dancing. And he'd be like, this. And it's like, it's just, like, hypes you.
You know, it's great because it's like, I want to make a track that broke down what happens on a scientific level to your brain. But, you know, it's like working out when the endorphins come out, when your dopamine is released, when your serotonin is released. I want to explain the scientific world of what actually happens. But I didn't want it to be like an infomercial. I wanted it to be like a feel-good song. And when we combined it together, that's what happened. That's what happened. It was beautiful. Beautiful. Collabs are always better. Always better.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, from the musical aspect, I thought it was cool how like the original version was like boom bap, old school hip hop feel, and then when you guys sent your version of it, it was like reggae, roots, like your style, and that's why when me and him were in the studio working on that, we're like,
we're like,
turn that up, and
Oh yeah, and we got that remix coming soon too.
oh yeah, we got another version.
Oh yeah.
Yep, we cooking it up right now.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. We're landing summer. And once everyone gets everything into circulation and everyone listens to everything, just when they think you heard it all, nope. We got some bonus tracks. And those tracks are all gonna be free. All gonna be free to the masses. Yeah, just like our stars. Yeah.
Saying. So how do you guys get yourselves like hyped up when you're in? So you weren't in the studio alone. Could you tell us who you were with when you recorded that?
What was that?
I said you weren't in the studio alone when you recorded the Hugs track. Who was there with you?
Oh, Tony. Tony was with me. Who was with me?
I didn't know you yet.
Well, no. All right. What was time? Which track? Brandon Hugs or Hugs?
So for Hugs. And
for
like,
Hugs?
Tony, Tony was there with you.
Yep. Tony was there with me on that one. I'm bringing Hugs.
We were there.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, and you know, I was really so happy that you guys were doing a version of it because back then, it was way before I had singing lessons. I always had like a reggae influence because I grew up with a lot of friends that moved to the States from Jamaica at like 13, 14, 15. We hung out, we were tight. I would listen to their music. They had all different kinds of flavors, things like that. And as the years went on, and I started feeling more confident in my tonality, in my relationship between my ear and my vocals, I started feeling more comfortable to let that tone go and just go like space. And because of your version, I was like, oh, now I get to do it. I already know the lyrics. All I gotta do is just do what comes actually more natural to hip hop is doing the reggae tone. It's more natural. And because of your track that you put together, it was a pumpkin. It gave me the opportunity to shine, and it's just like that's me. It's just really focused on what I've been doing lately, and it's just it was great. I can't wait. I can't wait to. Oh man, I can't wait when this remix comes out. I can't wait to the track that we got in the making to be released. Cool.
Oh, we can't wait to hear that too,
Yeah,
for sure.
For real.
So what have you been what have you been learning? Like, what's like one thing that really like helped you with singing lessons and with vocals and like?
Well, the first thing, the most important thing, and that's what my vocal coach said. Like, actually, matter of fact, his father put me on to Herman, my vocal coach. And what happened was his dad had a heart attack, serious heart issues. And when he came out of the hospital, he had breathing issues. So Libya, his mom, his wife, his mom, Vannevar Caravan, as a lot of people know, went to the singing coach, the vocal coach, and was like, you know, I know you do vocal lessons, but do you do breathing lessons? And he starts laughing. He's like, actually, a better name for vocal lessons would be breathing lessons. Yep. And so he started taking the vocal lessons for breathing, and then expanded his range dramatically at an older age. And so then I was talking to him. He's like, oh, I know this guy. And he put me in touch with him. And I had a lot of trials and tribulations, no doubt. And sometimes I was like throwing darts in the dark, and it just wasn't there. And I looked at it like a game. You know, it's kind of like playing basketball and practicing. It's like, if you don't get it in every time, no big deal. And when you do get it in, you're like, yeah. So I look at it as a game. I mean, look at baseball. Like, the best Hall of Famers of all time miss 66% of the time. So I just kept doing it because I liked it. You know, he was like, wow, you know, the practice you put in. And I was like, practice. If I looked at it as practice, I probably wouldn't do it. I enjoyed it. It was a game. It was like, oh, I got it this time and they get it this time. Okay, like, maybe if I do it differently like this. And then it was like, you know, all these years, everyone's always saying, oh, you got to learn how to breathe. You got to learn how to breathe. You know, it comes from your stomach. That doesn't come from your stomach. It goes through your stomach, but it comes from your little back. You know, it's kind of like a fan. You know, when you put out the smoke in, you know, in the chimney, the fireplace, and because of that, it helped dramatically. It actually helped when I freestyle. And I was talking Gift to Gab about this maybe a week and a half ago for Black Delicious, and I was telling him how, you know, because he's been heavy into meditation lately and all that, and I was like, I feel like when I'm freestyling, I'm tapping into something, and I feel like it's another form of meditation. I feel like I'm meditating because when I'm going, I'm in passenger mode, and I'm teaching myself as I go. And he was like, yeah, it is meditation. And other people, I guess, came across the same conclusions. And so because I learned breathing, it started translating into my freestyles. So now the breathing, which is a big part of meditation, with the freestyle that's already very meditation, like you tap it all in, it changed the whole spectrum of everything for me. It was like one of the most epic moments, really, ever. I never ever thought that day was gonna happen. Never. When I was in kindergarten, first grade, fifth grade, eighth grade, everyone's music class, beating to the drum. I'm like, it was crazy. I was like, either I got it or I don't got it. That's what it is. You're either born with it or you're not born with it. And I guess that's true. But rhythm can be learned. And once I figured that out,
phrasing. Oh man, that was funny.
Oh man, when I first met him, I didn't know anything about phrasing.
He could rap. It was funny. He was rapping, and if there was no beat, he was good because it was almost like spoken word. But as soon as you put a beat on, he didn't understand the concept of phrasing. Yeah. And I was producing in that time, and I wasn't rhyming yet. He's the one who actually put me on to rhyming. He put me on the producing. It's kind of like a trick. And the thing was, I was like, he's got good lyrics. He can low, but it's not making sense. What's going on here? And then eventually I was like, wait a second. I want to try something. I want you to put your rhyme words on the snare. So when I go, this is how I flow. And then he started doing it. I was like, all right, he can do this. And then once we figured it out, then he figured out phrasing. And then it just built from there. And then it's just like,
it took like 3 or 4 months. He was like, you're doing stuff that like people, because when I met him, I was 8 months into being an artist. Where I actually consider myself an artist.
Okay.
And stuff that like people who haven't been here, God bless you again. Watch out. I have in my plate. I always try to get that protein. But he was like, you're doing these technical things, these like polymeric, this crazy rhyming and these crazy cadences and this and that, and your lyrics are so technical and punchlines and how deep. Like people at 10, 15 years in the game aren't doing this. Well, there's some very basic fundamental element that's not there. If it's not there, you're not there. And it took like 3, 4 months to figure it out. And then he was like, yeah, he's like, can you make your words land on the snare? I was like, yeah.
And it was funny. Once he did it, it was like he did it, and then it was all connected. And then he was learning how to follow and bounce, and I was like, oh my god, it was like that simple.
Yeah, Elsie, can you give us like an example like of what the words on the snare would be and like what the words wouldn't, like maybe with like a clap or a snap or something? We got all those.
Exactly. Actually, to this day, usually whatever the constant is, usually it's the snare, sometimes it's the clap, but I use that like a metronome. So sometimes I like to hear that one thing, and then I'll bounce it off of the kicks. And sometimes I'll even just go in between every time.
We get jazzy with it. We'll go in between the triplets and the dotted rhythms.
Let it swing. Yeah.
Swing.
But yeah, that was definitely like a bittersweet. It was really like these herbs, and it was as sweet as the pumpkin pie is going to be when you guys hook us up with that recipe.
Yeah.
I know you probably.
We'll give you a pumpkin pie recipe. Exactly. Yeah. Zoning on that.
That was good.
Wait, one more time. Can we see that again?
So we got some rice.
Lift it up.
Can you see?
Yeah, look at the
We have
camera.
rice, kombucha squash, and then I did fennel,
Yeah, Elsie.
I got it.
okra, kale, apple, avocado, and I sauteed it. And I put it in with everything.
Oh, delicious. That looks
Dang.
amazing.
Dig in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was saying,
and this is vegan, right?
Oh yeah.
that is the vibe. That is
What it's all about.
that is what it's all about. Is digging in.
So we tuned in late. What do y'all eating?
Yeah, what are you guys eating?
Oh, what are we eating? We're let's see. We got some purple potatoes here. That
All right.
With all sorts of tarragon and rosemary. What else?
Ooh, I love rosemary.
Sage, and all these greens. We had a farm donate all the food. They've been watching Dig In, and they're like, hey, we wanna donate the food for you guys this week. So Copper Hill Farms, they donated all the food, which was super cool. So we were like, okay, whatever you guys have us.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, serious shout out to.
So what kind of greens are you working with exactly? 'Cause I know you guys are like deep in
I
it.
think the piece of paper's in the car. He told me exactly.
Special recipe from the farm.
Yeah.
Oh, those must be the ones
Straight up
that
cool.
Hey, you can just say I don't want to tell you the recipe. It's secret. I get it.
I want to tell you the recipe. Copper Hill right there. And yeah, this dude's really cool. He also runs shows and stuff and has a farm.
Oh, wicked.
Has a little festival. I think last year was the first actual year of this festival. He's done a lot of stuff, but yeah, maybe next year we could have you come and jam on it. Maybe
Yeah.
Sit in on some HannaH's Field vibes. It's been a long time. Well, I mean, I guess when did we record that last track?
Drama?
Yeah.
No, the funky one. We didn't come up with it yet. No drama.
No drama.
Yeah, no drama.
Yeah,
What's up with that track? Where's that track? What's happening over there?
we because I'm a freestyle artist and I freestyle my lyrics first. And most people write their lyrics down and then they recite them. I recite them, go through them, take out the goodies, and make my music that way. And then sometimes I'll write around it. Sometimes I'll leave it the way it is. Yeah, pass on the chip, see if you can get it.
Yeah.
And so what happens when you do that and you have 2-3 hour sessions, your workload and tracks just start stacking up.
But we got to go through a lot.
Yeah.
Like we'll record for like 30 minutes to an hour of just straight freestyles, and then we'll sit back and listen through and just take highlights, right? And build verses from the highlights, and then we'll go back and redo parts that need to get redone, and then add ad-libs and doubles and all that. And so it's kind of a different process than a lot of people, which is why it's called jam hop. We jam to create the music, not necessarily jamming live, like, improv live. We jam in the creation process to make the music.
Yeah.
And now we record video, our whole process. We record the whole process of us making the song from the scratch, the freestyle, it takes to everything.
Yeah.
And now people will see a whole different way of making music that most people would think that can't work. That can't possibly be an effective streamlined method.
It's actually very effective once you get it.
Once you get it.
And actually, Shiloh just taught us like this new way to start making music, where he's very it was from an English class or literature class. What was it with the words?
What's that?
What was that method? Come on over here.
Yeah.
The root note.
So with the words.
The word.
Oh no, that was just something I came up with. It wasn't.
Was inspired from an English class? Because I could have sworn it's on the conversation.
No, it was inspired by a lot of things.
One of those
Even
things
by the end of The Usual Suspects. Remember, I didn't want to tell you the end though.
Yeah. I saw the movie, but I forgot about it.
It's been a long time.
Now it would be spoiled.
But the idea is that you take a single word and an entire concept can come from it. I always know that if I'm freestyling, I'm in a room and I'm stuck. If there's pictures and words around me, all I got to do is, just look at one thing, and I go, oh, it's
Grab it.
There's a fly on the wall, and then, hey, it's a rainbow. Hey, blah blah blah. It's the word happy, And then I had this whole idea of free association. That's probably what you're talking about. That's what I learned a long time ago. Is just free association writing and just free writing. And
but basically, this is what he's showing. It blew our mind, right? And so it's like he started messing with spreadsheets, and he would say, all right, he put one word in, he'd be like star. Next word, bright.
But then you had to have words that relate. So it goes star. What do you think about when you think of star? Bright. What word do you think about next when you think about bright? Light. What do you think about light? Light bulb or bulb, right? And now you just write a line to those, and now all your words make sense and put a hook on it. So you do this in a freestyle way too. So each now your freestyles make sense to the concept.
Right.
And it turns out
or it's not necessarily have to be the first word in the lines, but each word concept of whatever you're writing about or freestyling about, and then.
Wait, Shiloh, move. Hey, Shiloh, can you move?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cutting out. You're perfect. Thank you. I want to hear this, man.
Cool.
Concept.
Where did you guys not hear?
Go from like when you're talking about like the words have to rhyme, or keeping it all part of the concept, kind of like where you were just going with it.
Right. So say I created a spreadsheet and I did this word association. It was like the first word in the song that I was listening to, some kind of jazzy hip hop beat. So I see a word show, then I go show tunes radio dial soap prison. prison, jail, whatever.
Well, that's a twist.
Yeah, it could take a little twist. But the whole thing is that you just have these words, and so the first time I came up with 100 words, and then it ended up making a bunch of stanzas from 100 words. So 4 words becomes one 4-bar stanza. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
depending how you do
right.
it, 8 bars per. So every word is in one column, and then the written is in the next column.
Right.
So you have 1 word in this column, and then in this column you have 1 or 2 bars. Then you go to the next word.
Right.
And it works just as good for freestyle as it does for writing. They're very compatible within a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I know for me, I would take maybe 10 minutes and I'd come up with 8 full bars in 10 minutes, but then it would take another hour of refinement, and then I'd have something really nice at that point. And then I showed LC, and he loved the concept.
So dope. I was like, whoa! I was like, hold on, let me try this. I was like, Sat. I was like, just give me like 12 words, 8 or 12 words.
Oh yeah, it happened really fast.
And he did it, and I was like, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna show this thing that Shallow did. I didn't even do it yet, so I was just like, wow, it's cool. So he made the words, and it was like I did this fast life freestyle. I was like, and it's gonna be part of the song. Y'all gonna hear it.
Yeah.
Happened just like that.
Yeah,
just right here.
I still haven't used the technique yet for freestyling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what better time than the present, right? What do you guys think? I'm just looking at the 3 of you. I know you got food to eat, but like, what about like a couple minutes of freestyling? And I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, we can do a freestyle.
We can always do that. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Should we go to a beat? Yeah. Should we beatbox?
I don't know. We can beatbox or we can go acapella.
We can go acapella. Should we go acapella? Here, acapella. You want to freestyle? Yeah, what you got? Right here, kick it.
Come on, freestyle. Come on, Malachi.
What's your favorite
Come on,
song?
Malachi. What's your favorite song?
Freestyle.
I'm gonna freestyle today.
Red Planet,
On the pumpkin anyway, any direction. He doesn't like this, yes, not to mention. Take a chip off the chest. He's a chip from, well, who's best, mama? That's what we do, no drama. That's the song we actually hear tomorrow. And that's what we do. It was never about now we go around just like the bowl, don't you know? We rock you with y'all, end the digging and show. And now we go, first let them know.
Let them know, that's how we go. We gotta get open and let the flow. That's how I go, I just flow. Freedom without the pen, because it's all here Zen men. Ship, what's a redirect when I start to spit. Here, feeling it, why it's not rich. Here, when I'm here cooking dinner and ish, because we're here on the podcast, chilling, digging in. That's what I do, all different type of predicaments going into my sentence here in these sentences, but I break out of my man brain in Korea. They're down to the euphoria. That's how we do. We feel it lively, living life, see, up in Woodstock. Yeah, that's where I thrive.
Woo, it's like the heartbeat coming in and out. I'm LC, loud and conscious for the people. Now you know what it is. We are one. It is simple. We're just a bunch of particles. Yes, minerals of one thing, one energy, one mind, one soul. Let it combine, let it go. On the show, DIG. You dig it in, for energy. That is food, giving nutrition. Don't you see? It's just a drug that your brain needs. And off the temple, off the mind. Everything is beautiful when we combine, like the collab, like the people here that love. Where's the mugs? Yeah, that's the smiles. So when they come around, we get me so loud. We be getting so loud. I like to introduce you to my child. Yeah, be crazy like me.
Wild child. That's how we do. Different kind of style. Gotta open up while we freestyle. Free vibing. That's how we do here on live, Facebook Live. It doesn't matter. We're just living our lives, surviving. That's what we do. Eating the salsa. Because I'm Mexican. That's how I do. Feeling the energy. We all can believe. Find freedom we see in this work that we speak. Speaking unique. We're all speaking so free. That's how I do. You know what? In the place to be. Digging in the dinner. That's how we get in and we feel it. Here at HannaH's, we all getting with it. They call me Sat, styles and technique, fundamental zenmanship. That's how we do. You know what? It ain't great. It's just coming off the top of the dome. That's how we do and getting up though. Yo, much love to all of y'all.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
I like being on the spot.
Yo, I love it.
I love it
all day.
Every time I go to a club, yo, what beat you want to freestyle over? Surprise
Anything.
me. I don't want to know. Put it on.
Yeah. Surprise me.
Last time you was freestyle, last time you gotta think, the best it's gonna be.
Definitely.
Don't even think. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like martial arts. Every
Yep.
time martial arts, you start thinking about, or boxing, whatever. You think when every time you think about what you're gonna do, you lose. Just don't think. Just do, and have confidence in the fluidness of what the poetry is gonna be inside of what some may resist. For real.
Yeah,
Real.
yeah. Nice.
Just present with it.
Yeah, I like
man.
what you said earlier about breath control. You know how important that is in your freestyle. Because a lot of times you could be in the moment, you could be at a show, or you could be, you know, in the studio or wherever, and you're hyping yourself, and you're getting like, oh, like this energy, and you're flowing.
Yeah.
You lose your breath.
Yes.
That's so important.
You know what happened? Because of all the years of me not having proper breath technique, I learned how to work with a little bit of air, a little bit of oxygen. So when I finally learned how to do it, since I was already used to working with less, once I got a bigger tank, I could go way down and see way different things in the sea. And still being able to come back up. and that's really what happened. So it's almost like that order had to happen, because if that order didn't happen, then my breath control wouldn't be like my breath control on steroids, because I'm used to working. You know, it's like a while back, I broke my glasses, no contact lenses, and I was like, I don't want to wear glasses anymore. And for a while, I didn't wear glasses, so I couldn't see people. And then I started figuring out everyone walks like this with a little bit of different hop, right? And I started recognizing people's shadows, or they're like from a long, far distance, and I could just tell by some of the way someone walks or this or that. Then I got my glasses on, and then when I got my glasses on, I could see 20/20. I could see people way further than 20/20 could see, and it's the same thing applies. The same thing really applies.
Way one sense, and
Yeah.
you know, you realize there's another sense that you can have.
It's like some people that have the best hearing tend to be blind because the other one's got to compensate. Give that blind man perfect vision. Think about what his ears might do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm saying that's very cool. Very cool. Now, Shiloh, you are also into animation and creating video stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying about you know being able to recognize people by motion and their silhouettes. You know, it's really cool. I feel like you have an understanding of that without even realizing it. Yeah, I'm delving into kind of every single form of animation there is, and having some major breakthroughs. You know.
Wait, move. Shiloh,
What's that?
Shiloh, can you move towards LC a little bit? For some reason, you're
all right.
There you are. Cool.
Oh, wow. Tell them specifically what kind of animation you're working on right now.
And tell them that's what we're building in the basement.
Tell them
Okay. Oh, right. Well, what we're building in the basement is a stop motion studio. So that's going to be
an additional studio.
Yeah, an additional studio.
To another studio.
Right. I have my upstairs studio that I work in After Effects and Photoshop and some 3D programs and things like that. But I'm also very into stop motion and just general experimental animation, you know, whatever that means. Figuring out new ways, new tools, new mediums. There's not much that hasn't been done in animation as far as mediums. But as soon as, you know, I find some crazy space rocks to animate, I'm sure, you know, but no, we're going to be building, a nice size stop motion studio, with, green screen and diorama in the middle and, you know, wire armature puppets and all that. Yeah, we're really going to get it going. You know,
and now talk about what you do.
Yeah.
That's what we got, you know, brewing on the new.
Yeah, tell them what you're doing. Tell them what you're working on now, like the type of animation and the projects you're working on now, like specifically.
Who wants you allowed to talk about?
Right. I'm like, what am I allowed to talk about? Yeah. Well, I can't really talk about exactly what it is, but I'm working on an intro for indie video game right now, and I'm going to be changing around the characters into sort of they're going to go through. I'm going to have the same characters go through different stages of animation. From like early Max Fleischer, Steamboat Willie, Mickey, to sort of modern and anime styles. So I'm going to be sort of mixing all sorts of different styles and trying to figure out how to engineer some of the modern techniques to make it look like it was done in the 60s or the 20s or whatever.
He's talking about our music. Throwing in his words. Retro. Mixed fusion. Future retro. Yeah, we work great together because we're all experimental artists. We do things that are unorthodox, but we do it in a format that it will transcend, to the common individual or the uncommon individual or the abstract individual. We find that balance. He sometimes out here I get real wild and like his name's Tone. He tones me down because
guys are really good balance.
I only got two speeds on and off.
Yeah. We know that the first time we worked LC in his studio, we were like. He was like kept going to sleep, and then LC's like, "Okay, I was like,
wake up, do this, 3
a.m.
Right.
Okay, wake up."
Oh man, I could be convincing. I
love that freestyle we did. Remember, we were going vitamin D. We were getting open about the sun. Remember that freestyle? I was in the booth, and then we were all just vibing. I remember that one. Yeah. And we were recording before that. That
was so good.
And Bongo was playing all the different percussion.
Yeah. What's crazy when I met you and everything like that. Actually, I met you guys a month before I met him. Actually.
Oh no way! Really? Yeah. I thought you guys were friends from like teen years. I didn't even know. Wow.
We're friends from another life. Different. That science is not recognized.
Right.
But like, so when I met you guys, and and you were vocal coach, I'm sure you still are a vocal coach, and you were already so polished and everything.
Yeah.
And so like, I remember that. I remember telling you about how I wanted to take vocal lessons. We're talking about the different kind of people and this and that, and I didn't do it. But it was like back then. It was like I think 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. Yeah. And then recently, when you were like. You broke me out of my shell. I was like, what? What'd you say? You said, you broke me out of my shell. And I was like, wow. Like, because your level, your caliber, it just blew me away. That was like one of the most ultimate compliments ever, and that's how life is. The older can teach the younger can teach the older. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is experience in the game. Someone could be in the game for 15 years, 15 days. And that one person may say, yo, I got this idea. And if you don't listen to that person, that's a foolish move. You got to listen to all people. If you want to grow. If you surround yourself with yes men or women, you get out there and you out there with sharks or wolves, you can get eaten alive. So
some of the people you disagree with.
And that's why I love rocking with you guys. If you can't take constructive criticism, then you're not going to be able to grow, and you're also not going to be able to be around me in the studio. Because I want brutal, straight up, bold. That right there. Don't ever do that again. You know what I mean? And if someone's not going to tell me that, and I think it's good, I go out there thinking it's good, and I'm gonna have.
I think that's funny he mentioned that because like as a producer in the studio, usually like you work with I work with a whole bunch of different artists, and you have to like communicate things. Like oftentimes, say if you're working with a label and they have a certain goal because they spent all this money on research, so it needs to reach a certain demographic, they need a specific product, and then the artist wants to do something. You got to find that balance. You got to communicate that in a certain way, which I had to, figure out how to do. But with him, he just wants me to. It's almost to the borderline where I feel like, I'm like insulting him, but not insulting him. But he's like, no, just say how it is. All right, well,
I got mad if you hold back. I'll be like, yo, I'll be like, did I do something to offend you?
Yeah.
For you to hold back all that. Negative and maybe never want to rhyme again. So, no, I need that.
So he just wants me to just like literally rip it apart.
Yeah.
To the point, but I noticed that as a result of that, the progress and growth has been very an exponential rate as a result of that, and even myself too. Because it's like when you go through something with someone, you're actually teaching yourself. Kind of like the freestyle. How we say when we're freestyling, we're actually teaching ourselves while we're teaching other people, because it's like you're in this like meditative state when you go for like when you freestyle. We'll freestyle for hours sometimes, and it turns into meditate. It really turns into a meta state. They actually did a science experiment where they hooked up freestyle to brain activity monitors, and what they found out was that what was happening, they would think that it would be very active. It was actually more of a calming, like it was a different kind of state, very similar to meditation. And when you do that, it turns kind of into that. So it's really cool that, like I said, the way we make music, it helps.
Yeah, the coolest part about freestyle is that we'll try to hone in. We'll do like 20-minute sessions, and then hit pause or hit stop, save, do another 20-minute session, pause and go back. Right? When we go back and listen to it, it's like we're listening to it for the first time.
Oh yeah.
So we really are teaching ourselves. It's like we're passenger for sure. We're definitely the conduit, the vehicle, but also not just. Usually that's to somebody else or to another energy, but it's to all energy, and it's amazing. I'm like, I said that. Whoa, that makes sense. I probably should do that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's almost like you're listening to yourself, but it wasn't you because you don't remember it. And when we say passengering, what we're talking about is when you're in like a meditative state, right? How you're like just imagine it as being a passenger in a car, right? And when you're in a car as a passenger, you there's someone driving, but you can say, yo, can we make a left here? Can we make right here? You can kind of guide it, but you have to the brakes. Yeah, ultimately they are the one who's driving. You're just a passenger. You're along for the ride. So when we say we're freestyling and passengering, it's when you get into that break into that meditative state of freestyle. It's when it's just it's driving, whatever that state is, and you're just kind of the passenger going with it. So when you're in that state and then come out of it and listen to it, that's what we say when we're passengering, because we're just like on for the ride. It's really crazy.
It's like
kind of like channeling, like kind of like channeling.
Absolutely, 100%. Not like is.
Absolutely, you're under your ego, but you're still letting your ego drive, and you are the one that's talking, but you're letting them drive.
Well, a lot of people get ego and confidence mixed up.
Say that again. Ego and what mixed up?
Ego and confidence mixed up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
Because they are close, very closely related, but they're different.
Oh, very different.
Very much different.
Very different. You can be completely confident. Where you go.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
we interrupt this conversation for a flavor check. Flavor check.
Nice. That was cool.
So how's your food?
Oh, good. I think he ate mine, but
I was like, is this yours?
On my third, I think.
Nice.
Awesome. Ours is really good. Actually, I had our friend Greg told us what kind of greens they were. He jumped on and he said, baby greens. Told us.
There we go.
Yep. And then oh, nice. Much love to y'all.
Yeah.
Tuning in, y'all.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah.
I'm saying blessings.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, we gotta do one here with you guys.
Yeah, next time you guys come here.
You guys whip it up.
Oh yeah.
Your kitchen
that
looks
kitchen is
really
popping,
good, by the
man.
way.
Come on.
I'm trying to put some miles on this bad boy right here.
Yeah, you were
man.
putting that in last time we were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think it was just technically there, but we were still building the kitchen and all that. And yeah,
it was like camping. I felt like we were camping.
Totally, like
Yeah, it felt like we were in a festival, but indoors. It had that little camp.
It's like a festival with a microwave.
Yup.
But really warm with the studio in it. That's perfect.
Yup, warm with the studio.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I need the studio, my throat coat, and let's go. Give me my mic.
Exactly.
Serious.
Man, so speaking of festivals, you know, that's like where we originally met. Maybe it was at like Strawberry Jam or Positive Mental Trip, right?
Positive Mental Trip. Yeah, 2010 was like May, I think, May or June.
Yeah.
And in May, I was itching to get out. I was itching.
You were ready. And you were doing some production for festivals in the past?
Yeah. You want to take care of those?
Yeah.
I've thrown 4 festivals. I threw Rock Resort 1, Rock Resort 2, which were both indoor festivals. Then later, actually, the first festival was Harvest Celebration 9. We had David Grisman, Keller Williams, Rusted Root. We had Radioactive. We had Juggling Sons.
Great lineup, dude.
Yeah,
I wish I was there. That's amazing.
That was cool. That was a cool time. And then that was September 09. And then in December 09, I threw Rock Resort 1, KRS 1, So Live, Lettuce, Live, Purple Sage, Jerry Garcia Band, Sim Kinninger, Nigel Hall. It goes on and on and on. And Rock Resort 2, similar lineup, different artists. Then I had Rock Resort. Then I did Rock Resort Free. It was a little thing, a little side thing.
Oh, Rock Resort Free was awesome. It was like this. It was like in a hotel, like the other ones, but it was like renegade. It was like underground. It was like,
and it was free. And I was out there like
it was awesome. It was really cool. Like I came up in like underground city like area. Like I went to the underground like raves and underground punk shows and rock shows, and it up here like. I met him at a festival, and once I found festivals, I remember we played a festival, like our first festival we played with Camp Bisco. I met him at the Big Up.
Oh, we met the Big Up.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa, there's a whole other scene, and it's totally like my style. But that Rock the Resort Free reminded me of like those underground, because everyone had like their hotel rooms, and each hotel room was its own room. Like it was like a big car. But everyone was like a musician. Yeah. You could just go to a different room. One was like reggae, techno, hip hop, and everyone's rooms were open, and it was wild.
It was like 8 floors. It was like 600 acres.
There's like 16 people sleeping in our room
on the left side.
On the left, right?
That was a safe zone kind of.
In the closet, it was.
It gave a whole different definition of a lot of things.
Yeah,
and. It was great, and then I threw the Gig in the Sky, and that was kind of cool because I got the Everyone Orchestra. My friend Matt Butler from Hot Butter Rum does it, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but basically he kind of gave me the idea of what Loud and Conscious People is, so that's kind of a good thing to go into. So basically, you be like, all right, this is what I cost. That's for Everyone Orchestra, set him out for him, and then he says now. What do you want to perform? You get to make your own band. You get to make your own. It's like playing fantasy football, fantasy baseball, or whatever.
I like quartet,
whatever. And you're making your own all-star roster. And so I'm like, okay, so what's the approach? And he's like, well, first I go through my I'm about to show some age Rolodex, right? And my contacts, and these are the people within 150 miles that I'm really close with, that I know that live in your area. And then these are people that are going to be within 300 miles, up, down, left, right, touring, whatever, within a week, before, week after, and we can reach out to them. And then these are people that I just got, and we can fly them in, and it's up to you. So I was like, this is going to be cool. So, yeah, so I grabbed Alex Schneer from Mo. That was fun. I got Michael Kang from String Cheese. I got 2011. You know, Funk Fingers. That's King Crimson, Genesis on bass. Tracy Bonham. She won those Grammys in 97, 98 for Best Female Vocalist. But she also plays violin. We had her playing violin. We had Zach Usher from UML on the keys. We had Jerry Murata, Paul McCartney's drummer. And it was 2 hours. And the best part, it was all freestyle. They all just improv the whole time. It was instrumental freestyle for 2 hours. It was.
Did you guys record it?
I did. Yeah, definitely. And so I was like, wow, that's cool. You know, so everywhere they go, it's a different show. You know what I mean? There's never the same roster. There's never the same, you know. So Loud and Conscious People is myself. We're an evolving cast. It could be Zemanship. It could be Gifted Gab. It could be Radio. It could be you. It could be somebody from the crowd. I bring people from the crowd up in my show. That's part of everything I do. In my show, I always, anyone out there play an instrument? No? Anyone know how to clap their hands? Yeah, come on. Rhymes, come on up. Wait, Chris. No, come on up. Because our music's for all ages. And I want my mom, my dad, my grandma, my kids. I want everyone to be able to come to my show and enjoy it without being corny or like that, and be genuine. And if I can't do that, I want to make it. I want to make it. And I will only make something that I back the message to. And that's what I do. I always put a lot of thought into my songs. When I do write, I kind of make an outline like in school, intro, body, conclusion. And I'll do that. So I make the point, and I come in, but the moment I make sure I come back and really come back and refine the point. And that's kind of like a little bit what happened when the Brain on Hugs, the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
So that story, Brain on Hugs. So originally you had somebody else sing on it, and then didn't work out.
I actually had one of my top 5 favorite artists on the planet on it, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. And he sent me back the verse, and like I said, I had a very specific message on that song. You know, it's about the scientific world and that scientificness. What happens to your brain when you get that pressure, when you're healing pressure with pressure?
Yep.
And a lot of things happen. A lot of magical things happen. It's strong medicine. Mm-hmm. And he wrote an amazing verse, incredible, a verse that will blow your mind away.
Delivered it well,
but it did not stick to the topic.
It was not on the topic.
But it went into another song because it was really good. Awesome. It was so good.
We built a song around the verse.
Can you imagine your favorite artist of all time and being like, "Yo, you're gonna have to rewrite that verse." It's a little bit of an awkward feeling, you know. It's like telling your dad what to do, you know. You know, but sometimes you might have to. And then I was like, all right, you know what? It'll be better just to put that onto another song. And who do I know? Who could I think of that would get this message? Who will understand exactly what is going on and what I'm trying to express to the world? And who would be able to do it so the sound would be universal, so people that don't even listen to hip hop, aka clever poetry, would listen to it. And it took me like 10 seconds. And I was it took me 10 seconds to come up with my answer. It took me 2 seconds to have your name in my head.
And we're like,
and I was like, that's it. I was like, that's what it is. I had the first ones I asked were you guys.
Yep, I remember that.
That was it.
I remember you told me, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. That's when I was in the old. It was the old. Yeah. Yep.
Your old house.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, this is your Brain on Hug. So yes, you could check out the track.
Yes.
Everywhere right now, anywhere, streaming everywhere and anywhere. Everywhere and everywhere.
I love the art of that.
Yeah.
So that is so.
I love the art. It's very like spiritual, meditative. Like it has a good.
Are you making T-shirts with that on it?
We should make T-shirts with that.
I want a T-shirt, a green T-shirt, just like that. Softer the threads, the better. All right, bamboo, organic kinds, something smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. That'd be real nice. Hugs T-shirt. Of
Oh,
course.
man.
Totally. Oh man, well, we were honored, and that was such a fun. That was just a fun way to, like, for us, totally different way to write, and always so awesome to collaborate, and like.
Yeah,
it's like I
it
remember.
was great. I remember because I couldn't hold the tune. I couldn't hold certain notes. I was like, Hannah, can you do this part?
She came and killed it.
Can you do this part? because at that point, you know, I didn't have singing lessons and I didn't have a relationship with my ears and my vocals. It was like family members that only saw each other like on Christmases and weddings. Like, hey, how you doing? You cool? You cool? I'm cool.
Yeah.
How is it? You know anything about? It's not like that today, but it was then.
I actually. Oh, go ahead.
No, it really is a relationship that you know, and a lot of people are very uncomfortable with their own voices singing, you know, because it's like they're like, you know, like especially even if they're instrumentalists, you know, it's like letting your whole soul out to show to everybody. Yeah, a lot of people can, you know, be.
Most people don't like their sound on their phone.
Yeah. A lot of people, when you first hear your voice, a lot of people think it sounds bad. Like I remember me when I first heard my voice, I was like, "Oh, I sound like that." It's like, "Oh no!" But then you get accustomed to it, and then, like you were saying, you build the relationship between your ears and your vocal cords, and then you start to, you know, learn pitch and all that.
And then you'll start finding out that you very slightly start resembling a little bit of sound from artists that influence you or inspire you. The more you listen to them, the more it's just like, you know,
the techniques you pick up.
Go to UK for a month. You're gonna start talking a little bit different, even if you don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have your dialect's gonna change just a little bit. It's a sponge effect, you know.
It's so true. Speaking of, who are your guys's? I know they're probably very different with everybody, but who are your guys's like biggest influences in music and hip hop and producing? Any people come to mind?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be rhyming. I wouldn't be doing any of that if it wasn't for Radioactive. Formerly the Spearhead.
Michael Froney,
big time. KRS-One, Gifted Gab from Black Alicious, De La Soul. I like Sal Williams a lot. Big time.
Yeah.
Monk. Man, the list goes on. I mean, that's for hip hop.
Yeah. Electronic, like I do like electronic music and rock music. Like that's why it's cool. We have so many different influences. But like I like Grizz. You know, heard of Grizz? He's an electronic artist. Big Gigantic.
Chromatic.
Chromatic. Yeah, Chromatic's another big influence. I like Pretty Lights. Who else do I like? That's on the electronic end.
Break Science is dope.
Oh yeah, Break Science, the truth. Yeah. And then like hip hop. That's so many. I couldn't.
Black Dog from the Roots.
No doubt. Oh yeah, Black Dog from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I actually
even with all the cool freestyles he's had late in the last year or two, I still feel like he's the most underrated hip hop artist.
Oh,
really,
hands down. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, the Roots were a big influence. I mean, Questlove. He was my mentor. Well, me and him did the VH1 Hip Hop Honors theme together, and he was like my mentor. Like this was my first, I say, real studio session was with Questlove, right? And it was on like VH1, and there was all these cameras, and I was like new, so I was kind of like, oh my god, and it was pretty crazy. At first, it was kind of intimidating because I was afraid I was gonna mess up. But then he told me something that always resonated with me, where he said that it was because I made a mistake and I was playing keyboard, right? And he picked that take. He's like, yeah, that's the take. I was like thinking in my head, I thought I messed up on that one. He's like, yeah. He's like, the beauty is in the mistake, and the art is the imperfection. I was like, ooh. And then it stuck with me for my whole production career ever since then. And
I like that.
Before I used to have everything all lined up perfect and neat in my tracks.
All on grid, quantized.
But now I let it swing. I let it be floaty, but it's still on there, but it just has that little bit of soul, that little bit of bend down, that little bit of extra.
Because you could be just enough off where you're always on.
Exactly. Jazzy with it.
Yep.
Off but on. Not late.
I love that. So you can quantize, slightly quantize. So you still can't quantize, but you just do it with like smaller quantizing, or how does that work?
It's like a loose quantized.
Usually I'll try to get it if we're like doing it live. Well, definitely with freestyle. If we are doing it live. I'll just take the live version of it a lot of times. But then what I'll do is I'll play it back and have it just on loop, that section. And as it's going on, I'll just like move the pieces just as I feel, and the volumes too, because like that has a lot to do with it. So like as the track's going on, I'll be like, all right, let's bring the volume up as it feels to the music. And even like I'll even move the volumes to the beat sometimes, so it's like gets that pumping effect. So like
he's a dynamic master.
So
it's
you
all
try
about the dynamics.
So you get these like really like live kind of things. But then in a lot of modern music, they like everything loud often. So then they end up compressing it to heck anyway. That's just how it is nowadays. But that's starting to change now with streaming platforms. But if you put it in that way, before it goes through all that, it definitely adds, it still keeps a lot of the dynamics, and it keeps that breath of energy of soul that you always try to have in every track that you try to do.
That's super cool. That's super cool. I'm just learning Logic Pro now. Like I had GarageBand forever, and I just demoed my stuff, and then went in the studio. And last winter I started learning Logic Pro, so I'm getting there. But it's
nice. Logic's good. If you know Ableton and Logic, I feel are king, and it's whichever one you feel more comfortable with is the one to go with. They're not hard to learn. A lifetime to master, but not hard to learn.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. I'll still go into the studio to make a track, but it's nice to have like MIDI capabilities, and like I'm excited for the year to make some new tracks.
And you'll be surprised how close you can get that quality to that really expensive studio right where you're at.
Yeah,
the jump isn't that big of a jump, just the dollars on.
Yeah.
So all your home, your music it could be as high quality as you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, all you really need is to put the energy. It's the energy that makes the quality.
Oh, there's got a new special guest.
Everyone's kids want to do that.
He always makes an appearance. He always makes an appearance. And well, I kind of want to just hang out with you guys all night, but I know we probably got to end this show at some point in time. I hope that we can get together and create another track like sometime soon before,
Well, wait, hold. But now you can record right where you're sitting at right now, right? You can record at home.
Yep, and you can just send us something over, and we'll do it all up.
We'll send it over to you guys.
Yeah,
it's coming. I'm gonna send you something in the next 48, 72 hours. All right.
Yeah, we will. We'll send it over. It might be there waiting for you.
I believe it.
By the time that you upload this to your computer.
Actually, I wanted to point something out before about hugs. The Brain on Hugs, the original one, is how you are flowing. Hannah, you got that flow. I was like, yo, she is flowing. I remember when I heard that, it came out of nowhere, because at first, this is your brain on. You're singing. And the next thing you know, my flower do the battle. I was like, oh, she is flowing right now.
Yeah.
I
love the
She rapped. I was like, that was hot. I like,
you need some more.
You gotta do some more of that.
More what you
both, just both. Yeah, you know what it is.
I hold the same mode, and I go back into where I'm in, back in the same mode, and it's like I'm adding my own dynamics without the music having to be the dynamics that go up and down.
Yeah, the vocal dynamics. Big thing.
Yeah, totally. And anytime I'm hanging with you guys, I get super inspired. Going into that studio is honestly like going to college. Like I feel like, come on,
that's what we say.
Yeah,
right.
We always say that. We say that.
Yeah. It's the college. You get the knowledge that you can't find in college.
Right?
It is.
Right. Exactly.
No doubt.
So we feel blessed. Man, we feel super blessed. How was your food, Liz? It's good. Awesome.
You don't want to eat in front of the camera?
And it's the hardest part to dig in. It's like, see, Bongo Bliss's plate, show me your plate. Empty mine, and then I eat at like it's like 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna finish this food. I will do it.
I'll eat the rest of Elle's plate.
I finished my plate, and I kind of left him a little bit of food.
I went to empty after
look
3
hungry.
servings. I was hungry.
I'm saying.
Princess Connor.
And well, thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. We know you're all super, super busy and talented people and have so much creativity and are always digging into things with kids and houses and songs and animation. And so we really think
you know what? You just reminded me. Tomorrow, releasing a song called Funk Waffles.
Oh, Funk Waffles.
Yes, it's been a long time in the making, and dropping it tomorrow.
Can you tell us who's on the track, or are we waiting for tomorrow?
No, I'll tell you who's on the track. Johnny Waffles, Melissa Pixel, and myself. And Sab was right there all the way. We co-produced it, just like we do mostly everything. I don't even know if I'd be making music today if I would have stayed with it.
I know I would have been rapping.
I wouldn't be producing. No way. I would not be producing. 80% of everything I know about production came from him, and the other percentage came from the things he taught me. And then I went down my own little rabbit hole. Came back up like, yo, did you know about this? You're like,
yeah, I know.
You're like,
that's what Brian just observed him. I'm like, what is this? And then he would just like throw me in the mix because I used to never freestyle. And he just threw me in there. But yeah,
I know you guys like what Margo's saying is like, I'm tired of doing this. And
yo, I'm tired.
Get up,
get in here, get in here.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly. I'm saying so funk. So the song Funk Waffles. Is it Funk and Waffles or?
No, it's Funk Waffles because we got Johnny Waffles, and it's like a funk hop kind of track.
And where can people hear it?
Yeah. Maybe you have a nice little recipe we can share.
So she said, where can we hear it?
Well, technically, if you want to hear it, go to SoundCloud.
Where can you hear it?
But we're going to be dropping it in all platforms tomorrow. If you want to hear it now, you go on SoundCloud.
It might take a little bit for it to go to distribute, though. But it is on SoundCloud now. Yep. But it may take like a day or two.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, so SoundCloud is.
What's that?
Yup. And SoundCloud seems like the place where you keep most of your tracks are on SoundCloud from what I saw, yeah?
Yeah, because when I keep them on SoundCloud, then it shows that it's free. And my music is free. I don't want my fans to pay for my music ever. I do want to get paid for music, but that's what the corporate world's for. I get paid off commercials, movies, soundtracks, whatever, live shows, merch, but I don't want the fans to pay for my music. I want a message to get out there so I could get the reflection of that message coming at me. And I can take that, dissect that, send it back. And if we do that all together, we all pay it forward. You know, it's a ripple effect. So we just got to keep believing in ourselves and each other and just keep passing it around.
You get what you give.
That's the love.
Why don't we say your handles? Like,
so Loud and Conscious, Facebook.com/Loud and Conscious. That's my profile. If you want to message me personally, my page is Loud and Conscious People on the / at Loud and Conscious on the Instagram. SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/Loud and Conscious, LOUDANDCONSEIOUS. And YouTube, Loud and Conscious TV is what it is. So we'll be getting that going. I think I really just started dropping the video thing. I've been making music for 8 years, and I got probably 70 or 80 tracks that are mixed, mastered, ready to drop. But I was like, I wanted to have the right marketing plan, the digital marketing plan, the right grassroots plan, the right PR plan.
Just making the timing right, more or less. Everything.
Yeah. And now I'm like, we just gotta get it out. People gotta hear the message, and we gotta just do it. So there's gonna be a whole lot of music coming out, and it's gonna be coming out fast.
Yeah. And then my handles are at FuzzAMental on Instagram and at FuzzAMental on Twitter. And then I'm in a production group called the Maniac Agenda. We did like soundtracks and produced for other artists and stuff. And you can, look that up on Facebook, The Maniac Agenda, and it should come up. And we do like production, tips, and we give out production packs and, release original music and stuff. But so go check it out.
That last one again, The Maniac Agenda.
The Maniac Agenda
Cool.
You know, and that's on Facebook. And actually, that's on Twitter, SoundCloud, and all that too. The Maniac Agenda one. That's my like electronic project, but that's a group with my brother and a guitar player, Len Rizzo, really talented.
The same guy, Only Results?
Yeah, the guy who's singing and playing guitar and Only Results.
Yes.
That's actually the same guy. We all like
Oh, that's such a good track, man. That's such a good
Thank
track.
you.
I love that track. I love the message of that track.
So yeah, so follow, and anyone that follows, I'll send you guys a little treat.
And if you come and follow, then we'll let you keep game to our side project, our collab, and that's Zen Out Loud. And you're not gonna hear
Zen Out Loud.
Zen Out Loud is the.
And if you want the links, you're gonna have to contact us.
Yeah, it's like the secret project that we're developing because, like, although Mental is my producer name, my rap name, because that came recently. Actually, we found out recently is Zenmanship, like Zenmanship, because it's not penmanship, it's freestyle Zenmanship, and loud and conscious. So Zen Out Loud.
Wow, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Love it.
I dig that. I'm looking forward to hearing that side project. Just
And
keep
we're doing lots of video freestyles, so you can see us in our true element, how we're doing it, how we break it down, the exact takes. All of it's on video, everything. The revolution will be televised.
It is.
Nice.
It is televised.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. Awesome. Excellent. Well,
Well, thank you for having us.
yeah, we feel super blessed to have like hung out with you guys for a night and look forward to hearing anything new from you guys. And
There's gonna be a podcast coming out too called Earmuff Radio.
Damn.
So
man.
getting that on its way sometime in November, about mid-November maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we got a lot of
we
got a lot of juice in the blender.
I got your album with Dreamcatcher, by the way. That came in the mail.
Cool.
I'm gonna do an unboxing of it. I still have it in the box, but I'm gonna like record myself opening it up and put it on Instagram and tag you guys and all that.
Amazing. That'd be amazing. And there's a meditation that goes with it too. So
all right. I like that.
Yeah, totally. So you should have an email like in your inbox that came like around that same time with the meditation. If you didn't get it, let me know.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll go check because the box is like.
I know it's exhausting, right?
I'll make sure I grab that one because I'm all about that meditation. And Liz just put me on to yoga. I've been doing yoga after workout.
Yeah, I did yoga once at the Fillmore. Michael Friday, everyone, and once at the Evolve Fest with you guys.
Yeah, that's right.
I was hurt. I was like tip top condition. I thought I was lifting. I thought I was in good condition. These old ladies were showing me. I was I can't hold it no more. and they were just like holding themselves up with one finger. But yeah, I was about to do it the other day with him and Liz, but I had this little sciatica thing going on. But it's feeling all right now. I think the next session I'm going to be in, and once I'm in, I'm in. Once I start something.
Good for us, especially like being in the studio all the time and sitting at that computer. Like it's like you gotta take yoga breaks. Like you have to.
Yeah, we'll go hit the bench and we'll do all kinds of workout and then hop in the freestyle.
That's what we do.
From different angles.
Yeah, and I'll do it fast too. So now I have that hunger. So now I just got worked out and now I'm fasting.
I'm not messing with
I'm not in on that next time.
No, but when I'm done, I eat. This is my fourth plate. Although I fast.
Is that productive?
Yeah, it's very productive. Right?
Well, I love you guys.
We love you guys.
Bless
love. Bless love. We'll see y'all in
Love you guys.
Send you something. Be on alert.
See you, Shiloh. Yeah, man.
What a blessing.
What a joy, man. I feel so
saying.
Interrupt this conversation for a flavor check. Flavor check.
I'm saying I just had to give a shout out to that photographer that did that flavor shot, Thomas Swift photo.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was like a chill
It
session.
felt good, yeah.
Right?
Going to the house and chilling with these dudes. I was like, man, I can just teleport myself there and spend the rest of the week, you know.
They're seriously like serious family, you know. It's just like family vibes, like, and they welcome you into their home, and it's just always nice to be chilling right away and creating together. And I love all the collaborations, you know, that they're doing out there, just bringing anybody into the
community
music
together, bringing all of us musicians together. That's a big, huge thing.
Yes, man. So we give thanks. We give thanks for y'all hanging out tonight. And oh man, nice. Much love to y'all for who are here tonight. Let's just give you one more time, let you know how to get the new album. So that was LC. If you had heard that track, Hugs, he was the original idea maker of that tune, and then we did some co-writing on a bunch of it, and we produced a whole track. And then this one was produced by John Bolduc, and then LC sent us amazing works on it. And so that's him, in case you were wondering, like, what's going on with all this? And if you want to hear that, you can check it out everywhere right now. All the streaming platforms is right here. Yeah. So we thank y'all for chilling. We thank y'all for hanging out tonight. Check out Crystal Vision anywhere you can hear music. Thanks Copper Hill Farm for
delicious food.
Yeah, for sponsoring us tonight with your amazing purple potatoes. And we'll see you all on the next Dig In. And signing off. Keep your flavors growing out there. All right. Peace and love. Yes.